Oh, I loved it.
Marriages are never easy. There are bound to be ups and downs, good times and bad. But if you can make it through the tough spots, whatever they may be, then you've got a chance of going the distance. This happy couple have had their share of marital strife, including one time in June 2002, when it appeared the marriage was over. Drastic measures, however, were needed to help them hang on. Meet magician Jake Fenn and his wife Erzsébet from Debrecen, Hungary.
Well, for a while there she was crazy, always nagging. Nothing I did was right, everything wrong. You know. Nag, all the time. Silly little things. If I forget to mow the lawn, or if I not put the cutlery in the right place.
That's the minimum you could do!
She was driving me crazy. It was very hard because I wanted to be with her, but I just couldn't put up with it.
Jake loves his wife, but he's at the end of his rope. Instead of getting help, though, he hatches his own plan.
Trust you anymore.
I needed to do something that would scare her, frighten her, make her realize that it was not working. It sounds so stupid now, but I decided that I would hang myself.
Meet Gladina McMahon, relationship expert. She's seen it all before.
It might sound a completely crazy thing to say, but when you don't know what else to do, you often do crazy things.
Jake's plan isn't a suicide bid. As a magician, Jake has a few tricks up his sleeve. The fake hanging would merely be a ruse to shock Erzsébet into thinking about her life, empty without Jake.
Shock tactics can work, but I really wouldn't advise them because there's a 50-50 chance they'll backfire, and when they do backfire, they backfire badly.
While Erzsébet is out, Jake and his best friend János hurry to get the stunt in place. But the noise attracts the unwelcome attention of Jake's meddling and nosy neighbor, Judith Barani.
Yes, can I help you?
You make the noise. I will complain to police.
Well, go ahead.
János quickly dismisses Judith and returns to help Jake with the rig, which now looks terrifyingly convincing. The stage is set, and János leaves Jake for his starring moment. Erzsébet returns home, but her reaction is not the one Jake is hoping for.
I was shocked, and I screamed and I passed out. It was the shock of my life. I thought he was dead. I thought the man I loved was dead.
Oh.
Jake didn't think Erzsébet would faint. Now he's stuck.
I can't get down. I am stuck, hanging, and Erzsébet is laying on the floor, and there's nothing that I can do.
All Jake can do is wait for Erzsébet to come around and then try to explain himself. But Judith Barani, sensing something wasn't right, comes back to the house, but this time she enters. His suspicions roused, Jake keeps quiet and soon realizes his neighbor is up to no good.
She sees Erzsébet on the floor, and I'm hanging there, and I say nothing. And she step over Erzsébet, and she pick up Erzsébet's purse, and she took money. And I'm thinking, what is she doing? She is stealing from us.
Jake is thinking of retaliation, so he decides to play a trick. But just like his wife before, the reaction is not one he anticipates.
I kick her square in the buttocks. And she screams, and she clasps her chest, and then she falls on the floor.
Unlike Erzsébet, she isn't going to get up again.
I awoke and I saw him that he was alive, and I was very happy. My heart was filled with joy. I told him it was the worst idea he could have had. And then I saw Judith.
Judith is lying on the floor dead. They have no choice but to inform the police. Jake is taken to the station for questioning, but he is let off the hook.
It was death by misadventure, and they say not my fault, and they say I can go.
It might have ended in tragedy for Mrs. Barani, but for Jake and Ursabet, it was the beginning of a new life together.
Now I see that I was crazy. I gave him a hard time for no reason. Oh, it's like we were married all over again.
Now reconciled and very much in love, Jake felt the stunt was worth it, but he would never consider doing anything like that again. A smart decision, but are you smart enough to figure out if this story is true or false? If you thought the fake hanging story was true, you'd be completely wrong. The story about the desperate magician is just an illusion. It surfaced in the late 70s, and the details change. The thieving neighbor is a man, but the story is always said to have happened in Hungary.